Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open a book that's basically a treasure map to one of the most exciting and, let's be honest, complex markets on the entire planet. If you've ever thought about the massive world of Chinese e-commerce, well, this book is your guide, and what we're doing here is giving you the high-level tour.
So let's just start with a number, shall we? $1.18 trillion. Now, the book points out that this was the size of China's e-commerce market way back in 2017, and you can bet it has only skyrocketed since then. We're talking about a mind-boggling opportunity for any brand out there.
So yeah, it's a huge opportunity. But here's the catch. It's not exactly straightforward. As the book makes really clear, you can't just waltz in and expect to succeed. The rules are different, the platforms are totally different, and yeah, the customer is definitely different. And this right here is the absolute key. You can't just use the same old playbook. Trying to copy and paste a Western strategy is, well, pretty much a recipe for failure. You need a new guide, one that's been built from the ground up for this very unique ecosystem. All right, so let's jump into the roadmap the book lays out for us. It's broken down into 5 key parts. We'll start with the market opportunity itself. Then we'll decode the Chinese consumer. After that, we dive into the 2 absolute titans, WeChat and Weibo. And finally, we'll take a peek into the future with something called new retail. Okay, first up, the market opportunity. Before you can sell a single thing, the book argues that you have to understand the lay of the land and what makes this place so different from anywhere else. So here's the first big misconception the book just completely busts. China is not one single market. Nope, it's more like 34 different markets all rolled into one. But, and this is the fascinating part, 2 huge forces tie it all together. The Mandarin language and a national, let's call it a mania for social media, which means social media isn't just a nice-to-have marketing channel, it's an absolute requirement.
Next up, let's get to the real heart of it all, the consumer. And as you're about to see, their evolution from then to now has been, well, incredibly fast.
I mean, we are talking about a lightning-fast transformation here. The book shows how in the 80s, it was an awakening to new products. The 90s was all about following the crowd. But today, you are dealing with a completely different person, a sophisticated, tech-savvy digital native who cares way more about quality than just getting the lowest price. It's like they leapfrogged a few generations of consumer habits in just a couple of decades. So what does this all mean for brands trying to sell there? Well, it's a hyper-competitive playground. Consumers are super picky because they have endless choices. They expect everything to be seamless, convenient, and they expect amazing customer service. And get this, brand loyalty is pretty weak. They're way more likely to trust a friend's recommendation or online reviews than some big budget ad campaign. You have to constantly earn their attention. Okay, now let's talk about the platforms. And we have to start with the biggest one. The first of 2 titans you just have to understand. And seriously, calling this thing an app doesn't even begin to do it justice. And that's the core concept the book really hammers home. If you're thinking WeChat is just, a messaging app, you are missing the entire picture. It's better to think of it as an operating system for your entire life. It's your wallet, your social media feed, your customer service portal, and your online store, all rolled into one. I love this quote from one of the experts in the book. It basically says, hey, just being on WeChat, that's not a strategy. It's just a tool. The real magic, the winning strategy, is what you do with it. It's all about building a genuinely valuable experience for your followers, not just shouting ads at them. All right, so let's move on to the other major player. Because if WeChat is like a private club for building deep relationships, then Weibo is the giant, chaotic, and incredibly exciting public square where everyone hangs out. The book makes this distinction crystal clear. WeChat is semi-closed. It's for nurturing the customers you already have. Think customer relationships and direct sales. Weibo, on the other hand, is wide open. It's for discovery, for viral content, for getting your brand name out there to millions. The strategy is actually pretty simple. Use Weibo to get famous, then use WeChat to build a real, lasting relationship with that new audience. Finally, the book looks ahead to a concept that was pioneered in China, but is now starting to reshape how we all think about commerce. It's called new retail. So what on earth is new retail? Well, at its core, it's about completely erasing the line between shopping online and shopping in a physical store. They're not 2 separate worlds anymore.
It's all about merging them into one single, seamless experience that's powered by data to be incredibly personalized just for you. And when the book describes what this actually looks like in practice, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction. We're talking about smart stores that use facial recognition to give you personalized discounts, virtual magic mirrors where you can try on an entire wardrobe without getting changed, getting something delivered to your door in under 15 minutes. It's a world where every single part of the shopping journey is digitized, intelligent, and all connected. And this quote from Jack Ma just nails the philosophy behind this whole transformation. It's not online versus offline anymore. It's just one integrated experience, with you, the customer, and your data sitting right at the center of it all. So, after this whirlwind tour, what's the ultimate takeaway here? Well, the book really provides a clear, four-step roadmap for anyone wanting to navigate this amazing market. It really boils down to these four things. First, you have to wrap your head around the massive scale and how unique the market is. Second, you have to decode that sophisticated digital native consumer. Third, you must master the very different roles of WeChat and Weibo. And fourth, get ready for new retail, because that's the future. This explainer gives you the map, but the book itself, that's your detailed turn-by-turn directions for the journey. And that's exactly why people in the know consider this book such an essential tool. It's not just theory, it's a practical step-by-step roadmap designed to help you cut through the complexity and actually capitalize on this incredible opportunity. Which leaves us with a final, pretty provocative thought to chew on. When you look at how social media, e-commerce, and payments are all seamlessly integrated, and then you see these radical experiments in new retail, you just have to ask, right? Are we actually looking at a preview of what global commerce is going to look like for all of us? Based on everything laid out in this book, the answer might just be yes.